Hello again. One of the things I've noticed lately about the world is the way that some ideas are becoming very fashionable, and then before you know it, they've turned into a craze before it all dies down again. This seems to be happening increasingly. History, of course, provides us with many examples of this tendency, from the tulip mania, which gripped Holland, to the South Sea bubble in this country. But one modern notion which has definitely become a bit of a craze is for museums in Britain to send their exhibits back to the country where they originally came from. There's a wave of this kind of thing going on at the moment. This particular business began, of course, with the Elgin marbles and then spread to the so-called Benin bronzes. Never mind that if those things had not been carefully preserved in our museums, they would most of them have been destroyed by now. Some of the statues at the Parthenon were being ground down for cement at the time that Lord Elgin rescued some of them and brought them to this country. Had he not done so, then they wouldn't be around now. We kept them safe and looked after them. The latest fuss being whipped up in this way is very amusing, and it concerns two statues from Easter Island, which are in the British Museum. A black pop singer from Haiti who lives now in Chile, that is to say thousands of miles from Easter Island, says, and his name is, by the way, Mike Milfort, and he may be seen in the thumbnail to this video. He's been encouraging people to contact the British Museum and demand that the two statues are returned to Easter Island. The British Museum's Instagram account was getting so clogged up with comments that had been incited by this fellow that they turned off the comments for a while, prompting accusations that they were silencing critics. Now, this is, of course, as I said, very much in keeping with the spirit of the times, part of a general mania for this kind of demand for restitution. A moment's thought, though, shows just how utterly insane this is. The Easter Island statues in the British Museum are surely no conceivable business of a Caribbean pop singer living in South America. Perhaps the best people to listen to are the Easter Islanders themselves. What do they say about the idea of the statues being returned? I notice that the BBC and the Guardian newspaper are keen to quote the views of the black pop singer about this matter, but they don't bother asking the Mayor of Easter Island, Pedro Emmons Bayoa, and he has pretty strong opinions about it. Let me quote what he says. "We thank the British Museum and the British Crown for taking such good care of our ancestors at such a long distance from us. We would like our ancestors to stay at the museum." Well, that sounds fairly clear, doesn't it? He says that he regards them as ambassadors for Easter Island. So on the one hand, you have a pop singer from Haiti who says that the statues in the British Museum should be returned to Easter Island, and on the other, the Mayor of Easter Island who says that they should remain in the British Museum. I wonder whose opinion in this case should carry the most weight.